Okay, we're going to do something pretty incredible right now. You are going to have your first real conversation in Mandarin Chinese. Seriously. And it's only going to take a few minutes. We're using the exact same building blocks that you'd find in a proper language course. So, you ready? Let's jump in. So, let's be real. A lot of people hear Chinese and immediately think it's just impossible to learn. Way too hard, right? Well, that's a myth we are going to completely bust right here, right now. The goal isn't just to cram some words in your head. It's to show you how, believe it or not, fun and fast this can be. So, you up for it? All right, first things first, before we can even say a word, we have to get a feel for the music of the language. I'm serious. In Mandarin, the pitch of your voice, whether it goes up, down, or stays flat, can totally change what a word means. These are called tones. But don't think of them as some boring grammar rule. They're the melody, the thing that gives Mandarin its unique sound. Okay, check this out. This is the perfect example of how wild tones can be. We're just using one sound, ma. Listen to this. The first one is a high flat tone.
Ma.
That's mother. Then we have a rising tone, like you're asking a question.
Ma.
That means hemp. Okay, next up is the third tone. It dips down and then comes back up.
Ma.
That's horse. And finally, a sharp falling tone, like you're giving a command.
Ma.
Which means to scold. See that? Same sound, but four totally different words. That's the power of tones. Okay, so you've got the basic idea of the music, right? Now let's actually use it. It's time for probably the most important phrase you can learn in any language. Yep, we're going to learn to say hello. And here it is, the big one.
你好.
It's pronounced.
你好.
Now let's break that down. The first part
你
means you. The second part
好.
means good. So when you say hello, you're literally saying you good. I don't know. I just think that's a really lovely way to greet somebody, isn't it? Okay, now here is a little secret. A pro tip that's going to make you sound way more natural from day one. You see, both
你
and
好.
technically have that dipping third tone we talked about, but trying to say two of those in a row is, well, it's kind of clumsy. It's a bit of a tongue twister. So native speakers have a shortcut. The first word changes to a rising second tone. So instead of
你好.
it becomes
你好.
it just rolls off the tongue so much better. Try it. All right, practice time. It's your turn now. I'm going to say it to you, and I want you to say it right back to me. Ready?
你好.
Awesome. Did you do it? You just had your first little exchange in Mandarin. How cool is that? Okay, let's keep this momentum going. You're doing great. You've already got the most common greeting down. So now, let's add another layer to it, a little bit of politeness, and build a real conversation. So, just like in English, where we might say hey to a friend, but hello, sir, to someone else, Chinese has different levels of formality. That
你好.
we just learned, it's perfect for friends, people your age, casual situations. But if you're talking to someone older, a teacher, or your boss, you want to use the more polite version.
您好.
Hear that little N sound at the end?
您
It's such a small change, but it makes a huge difference. It's a sign of respect. Okay, so what happens when you need to be polite in a different way? Like, say you bump into someone, or you need to get their attention. For that, you're going to want this phrase.
对不起. 对不起.
It means sorry or excuse me, and it's super useful. Let's say it together. It's 3 syllables.
对不起.
And of course, if someone says sorry to you, you need to know what to say back, right? The perfect response is, it's okay, or no problem. In Mandarin, that's
没关系. 没关系.
it's a really nice, reassuring thing to say. Let's try it.
没关系.
So let's put that together. Imagine the scene. You're walking, you accidentally bump someone's shoulder. You turn and say,
对不起.
and they, being very gracious, would smile and say back,
没关系.
and just like that, you're having polite conversations. It's that simple. Okay, we've been talking a lot about sounds, but what about all those characters we've been seeing on the screen? I know, they can look pretty intimidating at first glance, but I promise you, they're not just a bunch of random squiggles. There's actually a really cool logic to them, and getting started is way easier than you probably think. Let's just demystify this whole thing right now. Look at this. This is your very first Chinese character. It's the number 1, and it's pronounced
一
and what does it look like? Yep, it's just one single horizontal line. That's it. This stroke is called a
横
and it's a fundamental building block for so many other characters. You just learn to recognize your first character. See? Totally logical. Okay, let's just pause for a second and take stock of what just happened. You came into this with probably zero Chinese, right? And in just a few minutes, well, let's just run through the list. Just look at what you've done. You now understand the four tones, the absolute core of the language. You can say hello to a friend and to a respected elder. You can have a whole polite exchange, apologizing and responding. And you can even recognize your first written character. This isn't just a few random words. This is the real foundation of the language, and you just built it. So what's the big takeaway here? It's that learning Chinese isn't about how difficult it is. It's just about taking that first step. And you just took a whole bunch of steps. You've already had your first conversation. So the real question isn't, can you do this? The real question is, what are you going to say next?